very thankful to HaShem for allowing us to increase the heat in the world, to reveal more and more of the truth. So help us God, Baruch Hashem. We are opening our first session about this wonderful talking of Hitbodedut, the individual prayer, and with great understanding of the importance of this topic. As we know and as we spoke about it in the past, like Rabbi Nachman of Breslev said, Hitbodedut is the highest level of them all. Means that through the Hitbodedut, a person can reach the highest levels. He can rise to the highest places and to bond himself to the maker of the world in the strongest bonding and connection. And there is nothing that is even close to that connection with the maker of the universe. All the parts and aspects of our existence in this lifetime were all positioned in our lives for that intention, for us to be able to attach ourselves to Him through them. You can attach yourself to HaShem through eating. You can attach yourself to HaShem through your relationships. You can attach yourself to HaShem through the beautiful sights and through amazing things that you experience in your life. But through Hitbodedut, through the individual prayer, you can rise to the highest levels of them all, and you can attach yourself to Hashem in the strongest connection and bonding of them all. And this is why also, like we mentioned in the beginning of the course and in other conversations about Hitbodedut, the Hitbodedut and the individual prayer is a very, very, very known tool that we have been blessed by Hashem to know about and to learn about. But even though that it's very known and precious, the evil inclination, the Yetzer Hara, is spreading himself on that knowledge to hide it from the majority of the world, and only unique and special individuals are, in the end of the day, finding themselves practicing Hitbodedut and finding the sweet taste that is treasured within that wonderful tool that we've been blessed to use. So let's talk a little bit in a practical way about Hitbodedut, how useful it is and how powerful it is. So first of all, like the name, Hitbodedut means to be alone. And in English we say the individual prayer, the prayer of the individual. It should be very tuned to your inner self. It should be a very individual and specific prayer. And there is no mainstream of doing Hitbodedut in this way or in another. Hitbodedut should be the individual's most deepest and inner and honest expression of his spirit, of his nefesh. Like the verse is saying, Nafshi yatsa bedabero. When I spoke words of prayer, my spirit has been revealed, came out. Means that you should really be yourself in that time. You should throw away all the masks, all the coverings, all the games, all the lies, all the ways that we are pretending to be something that we're not exactly in front of others. All those things that are holding us back in any way should not bother us while we're doing Hitbodedut. You should put everything aside and just to think about this most simple and special gift of being alone with the maker of the universe. And you should feel and force yourself to think about it, that now when you are standing in front of the maker of the universe, there is nothing else in the world And even though that a person can be married and he can have children and many obligations, in that time you need to put everything aside. That is the essence of Hitbodedut, to nullify yourself completely to the maker of the universe, to become one with him. The Hitbodedut of the person can bring him to a level that he will be able to say, may it be my will that so and so. It doesn't have to say, may it be your will. You can rise to such level that you and the maker will be so attached in such great unity that you will speak to yourself as the maker and not, look, I saw some crazy people in my lifetime. I know how crazy people take those simple words and taking them to their craziness. I know, for an example, a person that after a while of having a very strong connection with HaShem and prayers and Hitbodedut, that guy fell from his level into a certain layer of imagination. And you should know that between every level and level in Avodat Hashem, there is a husk. Like when a person is rising, going up in an elevator. So between each floor and floor, there is a moment of darkness in between the floor, some in between the floors, some kind of twilight zone, a gray area. In that gray area, there is a very harsh and violent evil inclination. There is a big Yetzer Hara when you climb that makes you feel as if you fell, as if you went off lower than the last level that you were holding in. So one of my students, one of my friends, I saw that he was climbing and fighting with the Yetzer Hara and rising to the next level and then to the next and next, and like he was really climbing. And then like one day something happened and he was like suddenly stuck in between levels. He was like in a dark place without even knowing that it's a dark place, and started to imagine to himself as if he is the creator. Now, like I said, you can think to yourself, okay, like I just said, that a person can rise to that level, that he will feel one with the maker as if he is the maker. And you can say, Yehi ratzon milfanai, may it be my will. But again, there is a place that those words will be words of truth, and there can be a place that those words will be the worst lie of them all. If it's coming from humility, and a person is so humbled and he feels such great shame to stand close to Hashem, but he feels that Hashem is walking him, that Hashem is leading him to such enormous, beautiful places, that in those places Hashem allows him to express himself in the most powerful way of them all, and Hashem is respecting his requests, and Hashem is wanting to hear his prayers, and Hashem cares for you and loves you, and you feel that warmth and that love. So that is a great time for you to step in and to keep marching forward and to achieve great things for yourself, for your public, for Hashem himself, for Hashem's kingship. But when the person is coming to that position and he is brazen, he is not humble, he is standing in a position of, I want to gain, I want to receive, I am lazy to help others, I'm trying to avoid responsibility taking, I'm trying to avoid confrontations with my fears, with my weaknesses, with my lackings. And then from that position you say, and Hashem, he gave me the power to create, and I am one with the maker is me and I am the maker, and your arrogance is leading you to that place. This is a very dangerous place. This is a very dark layer. Now, as I said, when a person is climbing in the levels of tshuva, in the levels of holiness, and he's rising from one step to the next, so most definitely he will face more darkness, because from each level that you climb to the next confrontation with your Yetzer Hara. There is no way to avoid the Yetzer Hara of the next level. And there are always next levels. The war against the evil inclination never ends. The way to overpower that darkness is always to humble yourself to HaShem and to say, please HaShem, help me. Take me to my place. Take me to the right place. Now the Hitbodedut, the individual prayer, must be unique and special, and that will express your true self in the highest level of them all. So for that, in that time that you do the Hitbodedut, that you talk to HaShem Yitbarach like you talk to your best friend, you should talk to him in the most sincere way of them all. And to make sure that there are no people who will listen to you. You do not record your Hitbodedut. You do not write down your Hitbodedut. You just talk in the present time with the maker of the universe. And if you feel like singing, you sing. And if you feel like whispering, you whisper. And if you feel like confronting HaShem and demanding things, you demand. You speak to the maker of the universe in the most open and sincere way that you're able to. And the Hitbodedut is a very colorful and unique part of the Avodat Hashem of the person, of the way that we serve the Maker. Because for an example, when a man is waking up in the morning, he will go to the synagogue and will put tefillin. Everyone are putting tefillin. There is nothing unique in the way that you put tefillin. You put tefillin, everyone are putting tefillin. If you keep Shabbat or if you eat kosher food, everyone are eating kosher food. Like, it's not such a big business, not such a big deal. You keep Shabbat. Okay, yeah, great Shabbat. Wonderful. Yeah, you made chalot, you lit the candles. Everything is great. But remember that everyone are doing that thing that you do. Everyone are putting tefillin, keeping Shabbat, eating kosher food. Now, when you are praying Shmona Esrei, the 18 brachot of the whisper prayer, the prayer of Amidah, that we're standing 3 times a day and praying, everyone are reading the same text. Everyone are saying HaShem, Sfatai Tiftach, Pi Yagid Latecha. Everyone are saying the same words. But when you do the individual prayer, even you cannot repeat the same individual prayer twice. It's so unique and special. It's only once in a lifetime that you're going to have that flow of words. Even if you will pray on the same topic in the same day, 1 minute later, going to try to copy the same prayer that you prayed 1 minute ago, you won't be able to do so. It will not come out the same. The Hitbodedut is the maybe only in perfection unique and special and divine mitzvah that when you keep it as Hashem wants you to, in perfection, because there is no other way to keep it, because there is no text, there are no obligations, there are no rules, there are no borders for that mitzvah. It's an expression of what you feel and what you think and what you need in that time, in that moment. And that's what it is. And we should be very, very, very to insist on that, to conquer that, to be able to express ourselves from the heart in the most honest and to reveal the deepest layers of our spirits. To say, I'm afraid, Hashem, I don't know what to do, I'm suffering, I need your help, Hashem, please save my life, save my life, save my life, save my life, Hashem, give me power, give me energy, give me strength, I need you, Hashem, I need you to pull me out of my sadness, out of my depression, out of my loneliness, Hashem, I need you to save my life. If that is your feeling, that's how you should express it. If you feel like so weak, Hashem, I don't have energy, I don't have power. And also in higher levels, please Hashem, help me to succeed, help me to grow. I want to achieve great things. Thank you for allowing me to learn Torah. It was an amazing learning today. I was so happy. I'm so grateful to you, Hashem. It doesn't have to be from dark to bright. It can also be praises for the greatness and unconditional loving kindness of the Maker to his people. Thank you, Hashem. Thanks, million thanks, million thanks. Just as a reminder for you all, and a small detail, but with great weight. Today is the Rosh Chodesh Nisan, is the first day of the month of Nisan. And Nisan is the month of redemption, Chodesh HaGeulah, the month of redemption. And we know that in the first day of the month, it was the birthday of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. So thank God that we have started this wonderful live streams on the Hitbodedut topic, on the individual prayers, exactly on the birthday. We're giving birth to the great work and effort of Rabbi Nachman. And I'm very thankful for that, because Rabbi Nachman of Breslev is really the light of the world in this matter of Hitbodedut. He really broke it down and opened it in such a wide and simple way that really any person can attach himself now to this highest level of them all. By certain things that Rabbi Nachman of Breslev said, he brought down that high mitzvah and made it available for us. He explained on the multiple ways of doing Hitbodedut, on the most amazing ways that a person can himself to Hashem. And for an example, he even said that if a person does not have words and he finds himself in that place of trying to do Hitbodedut but not finding the words to speak, he can just sit and want to talk to Hashem, and it will also going to be called Hitbodedut, considered as Hitbodedut. Because even just that hope, those great yearnings, those holy desires for Hashem, when a person is sitting and thinking, when will I be also able to join the public that are praying? When I will also be able to speak with him? When I will also be counted as one of those Hasidim that are praying from the heart? When I will be one with you, Hashem? Those desires, that great hope of the person is already called Hitbodedut. So you see that he put the carpet under our feet and created a warm ground for all of us, even for the ones who are not really able to practice Hitbodedut in high levels as for now. For an example, when Rabbi Natan of Breslev started to follow Rabbi Nachman, so Rabbi Natan was suffering from very, very fast and stubborn way of thinking. His thoughts were irritating him. He was not able to stop thinking for a moment. And he's saying on himself, even though that my thoughts were inside Kedusha, it's not like he was not able to stop himself from thinking about bad things or, God forbid, filthy things. That was not his place. But still, he was not able to rest for a moment. He had like trains of thoughts occupying his brain, and he was not able to stop thinking. And he went and consulted with many righteous people that lived in his generation, and none of them were able to help him and to give him an advice of how to get rid of those thoughts, how to find a place of rest to his mind. And when he met Rabbi Nachman of Breslev in one of the first meetings and conversations, Rabbi Nachman looked at him and told him, and no matter what you go through in life, you can always talk about it with Hashem. And that most most simple answer was the answer that none of those righteous people of their generation was able to provide. And it's the most simple answer. You can talk about your problems with Hashem even when you do not find a solution. That is the solution. People were trying, those righteous ones were trying to find the solution, could not go to that basic level of understanding that the solution is to ask for the solution. And that's why I said many, many times, if you come to practice Hitbodedut and you try to talk to Hashem and you don't have words, many people came to me and told me, I'm trying to talk to Hashem. I speak for 1 minute, for 5 minutes. I'm mentioning all my family members. I'm asking for my living costs, for my parnasa. I'm asking for health, whatever, like for the redemption, for Mashiach to come. And that's it. After 5-10 minutes, I can't find anything to speak about. And like people are aware to the fact that they have many problems in life and that they suffer the majority of their days. So how come you don't have hours on hours of prayers to pray? Because the Yetzer Hara is not allowing you to pray. He's doing as much as he can to prevent you from praying, to hold you back from praying. So the advice for people who cannot find words to pray is for them to pray on the prayer. Please Hashem, help me to pray. Help me to learn how to pray. Guide me in your path that I will know how to pray, how to call you. Teach me. Bring words into my mouth. My lips and my mouth will speak and praise you. Please Hashem, help me to remember all my troubles. Please Hashem, allow me to pray for those that are bothering me, for those problems that are holding me back. Please Hashem, help me to remember all the things that I forgot, that now I cannot remember. Now I have this great opportunity to talk to you. Please Hashem, help me that I won't miss this great opportunity. I'm standing here with you and I don't have words. It's like a person who found himself in the treasure of the king and he's not collecting. You got permission to collect diamonds and rubies and gold and you're not taking anything. Why am I not taking? Please Hashem, allow me to take. The king allowed me. I'm standing now in the king's palace in front of the treasures. I have the permission to ask and to receive and to be answered for all my needs, and I'm not picking up. Please Hashem, help me to pick up the things that are so required and needed for my life. You see how amazing a person can become by praying for what he does not have. You didn't have words to pray, and now you could find yourself talking for a whole hour on not having the power of speech. That is the great effect of Hitbodedut. This is the great power of Hashem that He's influencing on us. His grace and His kindness and His love, opening windows and gates for us to attach ourselves to Him from the lowest places of them all, and to attach ourselves to Him in the highest ways of them all. Thank you so much. I'm happy I was able to share this wonderful content with you, this knowledge. We will talk next week as well. And now I'm going to answer in a couple of minutes a few questions on online. So stay tuned, and Bezrat Hashem, we shall see each other again soon.